everybody. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you something pretty cool. We're going to pull in financial data for a stock, in this case Apple. It's going to be formatted historical data going back the past 10 quarters for an income statement without the use of API or any complex code at all. Instead, we're going to use Copilot and test how accurate the data is. So let's get started. So I'm starting with a blank canvas here, and I'm going to click on Copilot here. So I've got the paid version of here, so it's going to be able to do more advanced capabilities than what's available in the free one, but I'm just going to show you what it can do. So I'm going to paste in a prompt that I've been working on here, and it says fill in Apple's quarterly income statement for the past 10 quarters using its official earnings releases. Include the period ending date and include a link to your source for each period, which can be below the data. Put the periods and dates going across and the fields vertically. So I'm going to click on the send button, and now Copilot's going to go to work. So obviously this can be a bit of a time-consuming process if you were to do it yourself, because you'd look through all the different earnings releases that Apple has posted for the past 10 quarters and then copy that data into Excel. But with Copilot, it's going to do that work for us. And so as you can see, it started to fill in the data for me as I've instructed it to do so, and it's formatted nicely. We've got the dates going across as I wanted to, so it's easy to cycle through the periods as you might normally would if you were on, let's say, Yahoo Finance or another investing site that has this type of a breakdown. And it's still in the process of cleaning this up and formatting it so that it looks nice and polished. So it's still in the process of doing that, but it's showing you step by step how it's making these changes as it's doing so. And as you can see down here, we've got the sources. So this is really useful because now if we want to audit these values, we can go to these specific sources and see where it pulled that information from. And in this case, it's exactly pulling from those quarterly press releases that I asked it to pull from. And down below, it even has a little note here saying that for fiscal year 2024, for Q4, there was a one-time tax charge that impacted its earnings and told us what it would have been without that. So really useful context to add here that you wouldn't normally get unless you're really diving deep into these numbers, pulling them in, and then also doing this yourself. And so this took really a span of a couple minutes to do. I'm going to click on done, and now you can see now I've got my data in here, and so I've got it all in here. So now I can review this. Now the one thing it did here, it kind of froze panes here. So I'm just going to undo that, unfreeze pane, so I can scroll up here. And now I can see my data points. So I can see the quarterly data and all the line items you would normally expect to see when you're pulling up earnings reports. So what I'm going to do now is I can test these values out just to see how accurate they are. So I'm going to pull in Q1 fiscal year 2026, so the most recent report as of doing this video, and I'm going to see how accurate these numbers are. So here I've zoomed in on the numbers. So on the left side, obviously I got my Excel spreadsheet. On the right, I've got Apple's financials, so we can see 113,743 for total product sales. We've got service revenue, we've got total net sales matching, we've got gross margin 69,231, 18,379 for operating. So I'm not going to go through line by line and bore you with this, but basically we can see that net income 42,097. We've got 42,097 on this side. So everything is matching up nicely on here, and we've even got the comparable period from December 28, 2024 on Apple's financials. So we can also do that and check those values here as well. And so here again, we can see that the numbers are appearing to match up. We've got net sales 124,300. We've got 58,275 for the gross margin. We've got net income 36,330. So everything looks to be matching up at first glance. Now, obviously with AI, you're always going to want to double check these values, especially when you're relying on the financial data. But as you can see, AI can do a whole lot here. And with just a simple prompt, in about 1 to 2 minutes, it pulled in all this data for me, and it formatted it, and it gave me the sources and important context for unusual one-time expenses. So it did a lot of heavy lifting that, for a normal person would have taken a considerable amount of time to pull in this data without the cost of an API or having to do even a whole lot of code. You saw the prompt that I entered in. It was fairly straightforward, and AI and the Copilot did the rest of the work for me. Now, one thing to keep in mind, The one thing I specifically focused on it to do was to pull the data from the official earnings releases. This is important because the earnings releases are a lot cleaner than, let's say, SEC reports and filings. Because when I tried it with that, I noticed that sometimes the data was not correct. It had weird amounts for some of the numbers, like other expenses and things like that. Not huge issues, but because the SEC reports are so large and complex, and especially when you're looking at annual filings, which don't always include quarterly numbers, the results may not necessarily be accurate, and AI might make some assumptions or estimates based on what it thinks the numbers are. So by relying on actual press releases, then you get a much more likely scenario where you're going to get the data to be correct and matching exactly what the company posted. So even though SEC filings may seem like a good option, I think you're better off going to the company's actual press releases to pull in that data. If you have suggestions on things you want to test Copilot's AI on, let me know in the comments. I can test it so you don't have to pay to try its advanced capabilities. If you want to test something with Gemini and Google Sheets, I can do that as well. Just post a comment in this video's description of what you'd like to test. Priority will go to people who are subscribed to the channel, so be sure to do so if you haven't already for more of these types of videos. And please don't forget to leave a like. Thanks for watching.